Hi folks, how you doing? This is Iqbal with NVIDIA Daily Analysis. In this video, we will discuss NVIDIA stock price movement for today and we'll try to make an assessment for Friday and Monday next week using fundamentals, technical charts, and economic data. Now, let's get started. You see NVIDIA stock chart for today on your screen. Nvidia opened at 1146. It made a high 1158. It made a low 1096 and it closed at 1105. That is 3.77% down. As I expected yesterday that Nvidia should be going down today, my prediction was between 2 to 4% drop for today. So today's drop around 3.7% is perfectly aligned with my yesterday prediction. And also, yesterday, I made an assessment that 1165 is a very strong resistance for NVIDIA, and it won't be very easy for NVIDIA to break 1165. And as we noted today, NVIDIA went up to 1158, but it got a pullback from there. And regarding my position, I placed a limit buy position for today at 1102 and I was able to get Nvidia shares at 1102. And now the next question is how much more Nvidia can go down in next few days? We'll try to answer this question during technical charts analysis in a bit. Now, moving on, last 5 days, NVIDIA up 8.2%. Last 1 month, NVIDIA up 33%. And last 6 months, 136%. And after making all-time high, that is 1158, we are seeing some correction happening today. And I guess it's not only NVIDIA, the whole market was down today. Let's take a look at S&P. You see S&P is also down 0.6% and the Nasdaq is also down 1.08%. And the third one, that is Dow Jones, and Dow Jones is also down 0.86%. So overall market was down and that is due to the inflation data due tomorrow. Okay, so inflation data or PC index data tomorrow will be very important because that data will tell us how the inflation going and what can we expect Fed to cut the rate anytime in this year or not. Now, let's take a look technical charts. You see 90-day hourly interval chart for Nvidia and also the MACD chart. So take a look. MACD line is going down since this morning and now is trying to touch the zero line. So as I expected yesterday that MACD line should be going down today because I noticed the buying pressure was getting weak. So as of this point, Nvidia is already down about 4% and I don't see any strong buying pressure or momentum at this point. But at the same time, I do not expect Nvidia to go down too much from here before the split happens. Now let's take a look 30 minutes chart. So in a 30 minutes chart, you see MACD line is also going down and is going further down below zero. So that tells that in a short term, we see a strong pullback on NVIDIA. Now let's take a look RSI. RSI in a 30 minutes chart is below 30. That tells that in a short term, NVIDIA is oversold. Let's take a look hourly interval chart. In hourly interval chart, you see NVIDIA is about to touch line 30, but is still not there yet. So this tells that there's still some room to go further down. Let's take a look more longer term version, for example, 4-hour or daily chart and see where is the RSI right now. So you see in a 4-hour chart, RSI is at 55. So it's neither oversold nor overbought at this point. So based on the longer term chart, we tell that Nvidia is not oversold. The drop that happened today was in the short term, right? Still, Nvidia has more room to go further down. Let's take a look Fibonacci levels and try to make some assessment how further down Nvidia can go. So I'm showing you Fibonacci levels starting from 0% to 100%. I selected 761 as my lowest point and 1151 as my highest point. But it looks like that I should be looking at more closer or more shorter version to understand the resistance and the support level in the short term. Let's redraw Fibonacci levels. I'm going to select this as a lowest point. Now I'm showing you Fibonacci levels. I selected 940 as my lowest point and 1152 as my highest point. So next level of support was 1102, and Nvidia at this point is trading around 1100, and after that the next level of support is 1071, and after that is 1046, and that is 50% retracement from the highest point. So 1071 is a very strong support. So as of this point, 1071 is a very strong support. It won't be very easy for NVIDIA to break 1071 in a first attempt unless we get a very bad inflation or PC index data tomorrow. So if we get inflation numbers too high tomorrow versus the forecast, then the next level of support is 1046. So whatever happens, how bad is the data? I'm not expecting Nvidia to go down 1046. On the upper side, I see that 1165 is a strong resistance. Let me show you the file that I showed you yesterday. So this is the file I showed you yesterday, and I calculated 1165 as a very strong resistance or a breakpoint for Nvidia. So as of this point, looks to me my calculation was correct. So Nvidia pulled back from 1158. Now let's take a look news regarding Nvidia. The very first thing that we should be looking is this one that says the stock market has a yield problem that could get worse. So let's take a look. The US 10 yield is likely to spend the summer oscillating between 4.5 to 5%. So it's going up, right? So, and that's not a good thing. The yield long term versus the short term sometimes is a leading indicator of the market slowdown. Hey, what else? Let's take a look at this one that says Nvidia could go higher than Microsoft in market value, says Jim Cramer. And that's a good thing for Nvidia. So the next one that says, and that's just a news, right? We already know that. Nvidia stock drops. It cannot always beat the market. Thank you for telling us. Okay, so another one that says Nvidia says supply for H100 continues to improve, but H1200 remains constrained. So that's good. At least H100 is getting better. I guess that's all about news regarding Nvidia. I do not find any other unusual news regarding Nvidia. Now let's take a look other AI stocks. You see other AI stocks on your screen, including Nvidia. The highest positive change came from SoundHound, that is 3.8% up, and then Palantir, that is 3.7% up, and then AMD 0.97% up, and so on. And you see Nvidia is at the bottom. The highest negative change came from Nvidia, and that is 3.77%. Now let's take a look PC index data real quick. We talked about PC index yesterday. I just gonna refresh your memory. Tomorrow, the forecast for the PC index year over year on the overall PC index is 2.7%. In the last month, the forecast was 2.6%, but the actuals came 2.7%. And my prediction is in this month, the PC index either will match the forecast or it will come higher than the forecast. But most probably, it should match the forecast. And regarding the core PC index data, that does not include variable food items and the fuel prices, the forecast is 2.8%. And the last month, the forecast was 2.6%. And the last month, actuals came 2.8%. So, same prediction I have for this one as well. I guess the actual might just match the forecast or it will come higher than the forecast. Most probably, it will match the forecast. So, if it just matches the forecast tomorrow, then probably it may not be as bad news as we think. Market may show some little bit slowdown, but I'm not expecting a big drop tomorrow if the actuals just meet the forecast. So here is my game plan. As I told you, I bought Nvidia shares at 11:02, and tomorrow I'm gonna place a limit buy position for Nvidia below 1071. And that's all for today. I hope you liked the video. Thank you so much for watching. Talk to you more tomorrow. Take care.